Good afternoon. This is Sherry in the support department. We're going to take a few minutes today and do a tutorial on the tracker. I know this is the bane of some of your existence, and I apologize for that, but unfortunately, until we get a CRM system, this is the necessary procedure. So this is the blank tracker that you all are going to be receiving with your information in it. If you've already been sending a tracker, I'm going to send it back to you revised. We're going to use the master tracker as our tutorial example. So let's switch over there. This is the master tracker that I use in the support department. As you can see here at the bottom, every territory has a tab. As such, we're going to use Mike Nestle's territory, Philadelphia, as our example today. Just to discuss a few moments the color coding here. If a line or a business has been completely confirmed, it's green all the way across. If it's red all the way across, the business unfortunately has turned us down. If you'll see here, there's a small green cell. This just is an indicator to us sort of that it's a hot lead. We're pretty sure the business is confirmed. They're ready to go. They've got a sample, etc. We're going to get them confirmed, but they're not quite there yet. So this will be a committed deal. They've agreed to run a deal, but we're still working on the details with them. Confirmed means that we have spoken with them, we've gone over the entire process, they know all of the exclusions, limitations, they've received the merchant terms and conditions, basically they've signed off on it and they're ready to go. That's a confirmed deal. It's ready to be published on the website. Committed deals are not confirmed deals. Committed just said they're going to run a deal, but we're still in the process of getting it going. So you can see here that we've added a couple of fields to the tracker. We've added the business category. Some of you may have seen the tracker with category and some may not. This is something that Mike Ferry is going to use for reporting purposes and to track activity and get us some statistics. Since we are a new business, we need those statistics to build from. Business name, self-explanatory and always existed. Contact name, a phone number. Address 1 is optional. This would be the street address. That is optional for you to fill in. I don't need that. The address city is for you if you have an area. As you can see here, he's within the Philadelphia territory. He's got Downingtown and Wayne and Westchester, so he has several little different cities within the Philadelphia territory. So Mike Nestle is probably helpful for him to know where these are. We've got some email addresses that are moving over here, and as you can see, we can break some of this down here with his street address can move over here. Since this was a new field, Mike didn't know to separate his that way, and I haven't gotten it completely cleaned up yet. So, email addresses, I don't need those necessarily. We can generally find them. If it is a sample deal that you're asking us for, of course, that just saves us a step in having to find it for you. So, if you populate that in there, that's fine. If not, we'll get it. We're going to skip this for a moment here, and we're going to look here. The last contact notes, this is so important. This is probably the most important part of this tracker as far as we are concerned here in support. This tracks every communication that we've had with the business. So you can see at a glance, on January 31st, Mike left information with the manager. For example, here with this big one, this Ashley's Burgers, there's been quite a bit of communication. If Mike called me and asked me, hey Sherry, where are you with Ashley's? You know, I have all these territories, and as you know, we're growing constantly. I don't know who I've talked to and when. So these notes are vital for us to know whom we've spoken with and when, and what the status of that conversation was. So it's just basically a recap. You will put the most recent contact date here on the top. January 26th was the last time anybody spoke with them. You will then right-click and edit the comment if one is there already. You can drag this box to make it larger. You would edit comment. If there is no comment and you want to add one, so let's say we talk to them today, do this, and we'll insert a comment. Left message for Brent on this line, for example. So that's if you need to add a comment. Let me just undo this so we don't confuse ourselves later trying to figure out what that means. So again, the most recent date of contact is listed here in the cell. Then you right click, edit your comment, add what you need to say here. This is very important so I can see at a glance when these businesses have been contacted and when they haven't. This, you'll notice on your tracker, this is where yours stops, so you'll have your one cell of notes. On mine, however, we have the date that we emailed a sample either to you because you requested it or to the business, and the notes would reflect which. This is if the business, when the business actually confirms the deal, we get the sign off on them, they're ready to publish on the website, that's the confirmed date. And then just for my own purposes, the date that I email it to our IT department for publication. So that's basically the notes there in a nutshell. Let's talk about the status. Christy has been great to keep us with statuses here in Lake Norman. And so what she's done, for example, here she said follow up with call or email. So she wanted support to do that. You could say support, let's spell it correctly, support to follow up with call or email. You could say HQ to follow up. You could say follow up with email, and if you wanted to highlight it here, choose a highlighted color, and so when you send me your tracker, then that automatically tells me that there's action that we need to take. Now, I do read all of your notes, so you don't have to do that, but it's helpful if you'll do that. So just give us a little feedback here, sort of where we are. This one we noted, Christy sent us, she requested the information. We sent a sample over to her. I noted that the sample ad was sent. Next week, Christy may send her report in, and she may say, followed up with business, needs a week follow-up. I don't know. She'll have her notes there. So basically, we just need a screen cap here, and this doesn't have to be on top. You would change this every time because it's going to really be duplicated here in your notes, but this just gives us an at-a-glance snapshot. So that's really helpful, and I appreciate that being here so that we know where we are. So these just, here's one that is a sample requested. This alerts myself that I need to take action on this and get her this sample to her as soon as she can. So with your tracker here, I do want to take a minute. Let's go back to yours. You can go all the way down for your entire territory. You can also go across if you want to duplicate this sheet, and I'll make you some copies. Let's say especially you have, I don't know, maybe you're John Gigino and Mike Haverhill in New York, and they have Buffalo now, so this would be their list for Buffalo and the surrounding area for the territory. But then let's say they're going to start working on Manhattan. It's going to be very confusing and not very effective to have all of New York, obviously, in one tab or one worksheet. So I would prefer that your territories, as they're broken down on the website, are broken down by tabs. So you would rename this one Buffalo, and then we would rename this one, Manhattan. So it's going to be the same format on the top. You're just going to keep your information separately per territory. So some of you aren't going to have that. You're only going to have one territory, and that's fine. Just something that I want to note there. So let's talk about, just for a minute and we'll be done, let's talk about the reps working closely with the businesses in closing. I know you guys lots of you are new in your territory, and that's great. I appreciate all the effort that you're putting forth, and many of you want to confirm your deals with your businesses yourself, and that's fine. We just need to make sure that we're consistent and the businesses are getting all of the information they need. They need to make sure that they have seen the merchant terms and conditions. If you don't have them, then ask me for them, or Mike or Kelly can get those for you. So they need to see the merchant terms and conditions. We just need to make sure that we have all the details, their mailing address, how many maximum do they want available, how many maximum do they want per person, are there any other limitations and exclusions. We need all of that filled out, because until I have that information, that deal cannot be confirmed. The information is just not there to confirm with. We are never going to publish anything on the website without the business seeing it first. Now granted, if there's a mistake made, they change their mind, we can make changes, but as you can imagine, we just can't publish anything without the business's approval first. So while I do appreciate you guys wanting to take this on yourselves, for now, That's great until you get the hang of it. But we need to move into a process and be prepared to move to a process that once you get, say, a hot lead where this business wants to run a deal, you need to be prepared to turn those over to support. Let us know that they're ready to run their deal. You've already maybe gotten a sample, maybe not, but you've talked to them. Yes, they want to sign up. They're ready to go. Let us know. We'll get them a sample if they don't have one already, or we'll follow up on the sample that you've already given them, and we'll go from there to take it over and get it confirmed. There's several reasons for that. One, it frees you up to move on to other businesses that are ready to go or that you haven't approached yet. Number two, it keeps a consistency of information as far as the business and all their disclosures, and it allows us to track it. We have to get the information to the IT people anyway. There may be some back and forth on logo. There's just several reasons that it's helpful for support to take those over towards the end. Again, I understand you guys want to do that and for now, and that's fine. Just be prepared that that's something that we need to transition to and be working towards that when you're comfortable to do so. So I think that's about all I had for you. I'm going to be copying all of your spreadsheets that I have them set up here and emailing them back out to you so that we can all start from the same page and you don't have to worry about copying and pasting a lot of information. So we'll do that. As always, if you have any questions, please call here at the support department, email me, text me, whatever you guys need, we're here for you. And when we say that, we truly do mean it. So just give us what you need, and we'll make all this happen. I know we're going to be successful. Thank you so much.